Today's episode of the Riderflex podcast is sponsored by our friends at Vacation Fund. It's a new employee vacation saving platform. It allows employees to direct a portion of their paycheck into a separate vacation fund account and allows companies to top up those contributions. Vacation Fund is a cost-effective strategy for competitive companies to attract talent, reduce the risk of burnout, and increase employee retention.
Your point, the question is what makes an awesome board member? So as a board member, the number one responsibility of the board member is to the company, to the business. It's not to the people that run the company. It's not to the employees. It's to the company. And again, that requires extreme objectivity. That's by law.
Yep.
There are lots of people that go to jail because they don't uphold that fiduciary responsibility. And so for me, the best boards that I have been a part of, and when I was at corporate, I presented to the board on a frequent basis. The best board members really maintain that objectivity, but with an element of humility and care for people. And I give you one example, and I'll name her because she deserves the credit. Crocs has a board member by the name of Doreen Wright, and she's on half dozen other boards too. And right before Blackstone did the workforce reduction, we all had a feeling that this is going to happen. And I knew Doreen on a personal level. And so I was nervous about my job. I wanted a way to influence staying. And so I went and sat down with Doreen and I said, hey, Doreen, I'm concerned about my job and I really want to have a part in this chapter 2, et cetera, et cetera. And she couldn't disclose anything to me, obviously, because, I still had a job and they weren't, but we all could feel it. But what she did tell me was without telling me that, Arezou, yes, you're going to lose your job, she helped me see how I could move past that block and really make myself valuable beyond Crocs. And that was a great sage advice to me. And yes, they had the layoffs, and I was one of the people that got laid off. And I knew she knew at the time we had that conversation, and I knew she had a part in it. And I hold absolutely nothing but utmost respect for her because she upheld what the company needed to do, but she also helped me as a human to move past that.
The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.